Hey, welcome to another episode of Live, Think, Grow. My name is 𝗀𝗲𝗄𝗁 and I help female coaches and lightworkers become full-time and thriving using spiritually infused mindset, marketing, and sales strategy. On today's episode, I'm going to share with you the 4 magical, unexpected ways making your first business investment changes your life. I'm really excited to be talking about this because, as you may or may not know, talking about money and abundance codes is such an important part of my business. I mean, I am a spiritual business coach after all. So I'm here to help you up level in your money mindset just as much as I am in your business, because they're actually 2 sides of the same coin. So by watching today's episode, you are going to really feel ignited and receive these abundance codes so that you can feel more confident whenever you're making an investment in your life or for your coaching business. Now, before we get started, make sure you hit subscribe below, because every single Thursday I have free trainings, free episodes, free knowledge for you to become a soul-aligned 6-figure coach. Now that you've done that, let's go ahead and dive right in. So first, I'll just preface and say that whenever you're making your first investment in your coaching business, it is scary AF. I've talked about this before, but the first time that I invested in a coach, I literally cried on the phone. Actually, in fact, I cried every single time I invested in a coach. And I'll just say this now, that a lot of times this happens because of the ego. Now, the ego is not something to be feared. It's not this like evil, like, oh, it needs to die. But it's this part of us that is here to keep us safe. So we want to thank the ego. Thank you for keeping me safe. However, oftentimes it can get in the way of making these huge leaps, financially or otherwise, in your life. And so if you are at all experiencing that, it's completely normal. But by going through these 4 unexpected ways, you're going to have a completely different reframe on what this business investment actually means. So what are these 4 magical unexpected ways? Let's go ahead and dive right in. First, you become all in. Now, money is an energy, just like everything in this existence. Except money also carries a really important energy in our society because of the way in which we share this collective view about it and what it means and the exchange of money, right? We need it to live. So when you make this business investment, when you take that first leap, you're telling the universe that you are all in, that you are actually worth putting this amount of financial energy towards a vision and towards a goal. And because money carries so much weight, you are literally energetically putting a lot of weight into that up level. So the universe hears that, it has no choice but to respond with success, as long as you are also in alignment with what you are meant to be doing. Right? So there's that second piece there that's really important. It doesn't mean just investing in things willy-nilly. This is about making investments that you know are in your highest good, but you're just noticing fear when coming to take the leap. Second, you enter the vortex. So because you energetically tell the universe that you're all in and that you're ready for this next level, what ends up happening is you actually quantum leap. You actually end up entering into this reality where things are going to start working out in your favor. Things are just going to start aligning. This is actually exactly what happens when people take the leap in working with me. I tell them, like, you're in the vortex now. And they're like, okay. And then like 2 weeks later, they're like, Regina, I understand what you mean now. Like, after me taking the leap, like, I ended up finding my dream house and I met the love of my life. Like, I shit you not, this is what happens because you're in this energetic frequency of abundance. It's about basically being in the abundance frequency and not the lack frequency. And when you're in the abundance frequency, you're actually in it in all areas of your life, not just financially. Financial abundance frequency is just one of them, but there's so many other types of abundance in your life. So that's where you're gonna see, like, you're going to have just loads more friends and opportunities and things falling into your lap because you have taken that quantum leap. The third way that making your first business investment changes your life is that it teaches you to surrender. You are literally letting go of money and you are trusting that it's going to come back to you tenfold. But in order for you to feel that lesson of surrender, you actually have to let go of it. And when you do that, you are actually letting go on many different levels. It's actually this like really, really old lesson of surrender and non-attachment that they often teach in the yoga tradition. And it's such a crucial part of our human existence, is letting go of things. So letting go of your attachments, surrendering, trusting. Which brings me to the fourth way, the fourth magical, unexpected way that it changes your life, is that it teaches you to trust yourself. Think about this. If you make a business investment, you're all in, you're in the vortex, you've surrendered. This is an element of you trusting that you will create the reality in the business that you desire. It's like, do you have enough trust in yourself that you will like tenfold increase that financial jump? And I'll give you an example. When I, first invested in my high level mentor, it was a $12,000 investment. That's not cheap. And I cried because, like I said, I cried during every investment. But through all of these unexpected ways, it was really an act of trusting myself. And the reason I did it anyway, even though I noticed all the resistance coming up, is because I knew that my success was inevitable. I had this gut feeling. I trusted myself. I reconnected to that part of me that can trust myself. You know what I mean? This inner oracle, this part of me that has all the answers. It's powerful. So know that when you make your first business investment, it's a big deal on so many different levels, on the quantum level, your inner world. It is so much bigger than you even realize, more than I can even convey in this YouTube video. But if you want to see the results that you want and see the life that you create, money is such a powerful way in this world to do that for you, which is why oftentimes after making an investment, you end up creating exactly the life and the reality that you desire. So I hope by watching this, you have up-leveled in your mindset around making investments, and also know like the biggest, most successful businesses in the world have started with an initial investment. I alone have invested at this point over $45,000 into my business, but guess what? It continues to multiply because I am in the abundance frequency. And so this is your chance to receive these abundance codes and know that I don't have to be on this path alone. You can join me over here in having the soul-aligned, spectacular life and business that you desire. So that's it for today's episode. Until next week, happy living.